I'm gonna say that again. In 2026, I am not wearing any more wigs.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Esther and welcome to my channel. I will talk about real issues impacting real women while also learning how to grow our natural hair. So I've been seeing a lot of videos on my feed lately of a lot of black women vying to finally ditch the wigs and the weave and wear their own natural hair. So let's hear this lady out and see what they have to say.
I'm gonna say that again. In 2026, I am not wearing any more wigs. Now, as someone who wear wigs 80% of the year, this is a big step for me, and I'm learning to love my hair. And I'm also learning to take care of my own hair and to be fine with my own hair and not to cover my own hair up or slick it down or make it tameable for anybody. Like, granted, I'm going to work, I'm doing my hair, I'm not doing no clean parts, and I'm moisturizing my hair and I'm putting them in twists and I'm gonna go. One thing that I've been enjoying about just embracing my natural hair in its entirety is, first of all, being free, but second of all, coming to work knowing that my hair is moisturized, okay, and taken care of. I'd rather go to work with my hair looking how it looks, knowing that my hair is moisturized and taken care of, rather than covering my hair up knowing that it's brittle, it's breaking, it's neglected underneath that cap, and my edges are fried. So that's another reason why I'm not wearing no more frontal wigs in 2025. I will be keeping my hair in mini twists. I will be keeping my hair in braids, ponytails. I will come up with a hairstyle before I put a wig on my forehead. I will, because when you see the damage that frontal wigs have done to my hair, it's atrocious. The wigs ate up not only the front of my head, but the whole back of my head.
Some black women are finally waking up to the truth that wigs and weave can damage your hair, and she is one of the proof that wigs and weave can lead to alopecia, because as you have seen, her edges are damaged, and she also said that the back of her hair is also damaged because of the frontal wigs that she has been wearing. And I've seen a couple of videos of the way some people install the frontal wigs. It's like it rip out your edges. But yeah, she is right. I'm glad that she is learning how to take care of her natural hair, because a lot of women, even in their adult years, do not know how to take care of their natural hair because they started wearing wigs at a very young age. I also mentioned that in my previous video where this lady was talking about how some middle school girls were wearing wigs. Yes, middle school, not high school, not colleges, but middle school. And these young girls are being programmed earlier on to value wigs and weaves over their natural hair. And this is why it can lead to women like her. And she is finally realizing that those mini braids she is installing, those mini braids can last her a couple of weeks. You know, depending on how she maintains that, it can last her a couple of weeks, and that will help her to retain length. And as she said, wearing your own natural hair out comes with this kind of freedom that you wouldn't get with wearing wigs and weave. And also it saves you money. One of the things the next lady highlight is the cost, because she said getting braids with extensions, she said, is very expensive. So she is glad she's wearing her own natural hair. So let's take a look at her and then we'll come back.
The fact that braids cost $400 nowadays is so humbling and so exhausting.
$400? That is outrageous.
And so exhausting. But you know what it's actually forcing me to do, and the Lord convicted me about this and I didn't even realize this was a thing. It's actually convicted me to say, you know what is actually wrong with my real hair? Why can't I just wear my real hair and that and be done with it? See, the problem is, there was a point in my life where I was telling myself that it's a protective style, right? I was telling myself I'm doing these to give my hair a break, to let my hair grow, to this and to that. But the reality of the situation is, the relationship that you have with your hair, when you start to look at your hair as a problem that you need to fix, something that you need to deal with and handle, and not something that's beautiful, that's meant to be nurtured, that's meant to grow, and that you're meant to learn and love, start running into some issues. And I can't speak for y'all, but I can speak for myself. I don't think I've ever had a season where I thought I hated my hair, but there was a season where I told myself I'm gonna get some certain hairstyles because I thought it looked better on me, when in reality there's nothing that looks better than the real hair that God gave you. That's just the truth. It's just the truth. And I honestly, the Lord's been dealing with me about that. And I don't think I liked it at first, because it was like I was trying to make excuses, right? I was like, God, you know, braids are just easier. I like to work out, so I just need something that's not gonna, you know, get frizzy on me. You know, when I was in my silk press bust down middle part with layers season, I was saying, well, you know, this hairstyle just looks really good. Like, I could always find an excuse to perpetuate the reason why what I was doing was not that big of a deal, instead of saying, hey, like, I don't think you like to deal with the reality of the fact that the hair that you have is the hair that God gave you, and maybe you wished that you had something easier, or maybe you like somebody else's type of hair and not the one that you got. But ain't nothing wrong with my hair, you know what I mean? So I find it interesting.
She's right, there's nothing wrong with our hair, but as Black women, we tend to make our hair the problem. Instead of us taking the time to learn our natural hair, to get more involved in taking care of it, we turn to have our hair honoring wigs and weave. A lot of Black women do that because, as she said, they make excuses saying, oh, I want to try different hairstyles. Oh, I don't want to constantly wear my natural hair. That's a lot of excuses, because I feel like once you make that excuse and once you get used to wearing wigs and weave and braids, you kind of continue on this circle. You don't take the time to get to know your natural hair because you become reliant on wigs, which might cause you a lot down the road with your self-esteem, with your self-confidence, and also with the cost. As she said, braids are expensive nowadays. For her, the wake-up call was the $400 because she didn't want to pay the $400 to continue to get these braids. And also another thing that she mentioned is how women are behind braids, wigs, and weaves. Instead of them taking care of their natural hair, they will choose to get braids, wigs, and weave, and they hide behind it. They will leave their hair in wigs for a lot of months. And even though their hair is growing, by the time they take those wigs out, they have a lot of share hair and a lot of breakage. So the length they have retained while wearing those wigs, it doesn't amount to anything. So she is right on that. Learning to love your own natural hair, learning to take care of your own natural hair is more beneficial than constantly wearing braids, because the extension that is used to make those braids have chemicals in them, as I have mentioned before, and those hair extensions can lead to a lot of health problems. So the next lady who video about to look at her situation is different. She said the reason why she couldn't wear her natural hair is because of the environment she grew up in, because she grew up in a small town where natural hair wasn't embraced, where afro hair wasn't seen as the beauty standard and long straight hair was seen as the beauty standard. So let's take a look at her video and then we'll wrap this whole thing up.
Guys, this is the longest I've ever gone with a wash and go. I'm literally washing it, leave-in conditioner, oil, moisturizer, and then I go. And when I go to bed, throw a bonnet over that, 99. And it is so easy. I'm so mad at everybody who says that 4C hair is difficult. This is the easiest hairstyle I've ever had, by far.
She's right on that, because as I said before, a lot of women complain that 4C hair is hard to take care of. I'm not saying that 4C hair doesn't have its difficult moments. What I'm saying that constantly complaining about your hair being difficult without actually putting in the time and the effort to learn your hair and to take care of your hair is bogus. I've seen a lot of women complaining, but they don't take the time to find a solution to handle their hair. Instead, they come online and complain about how 4C hair is difficult to take care of. But when it's other problem, when it's about wigs and weave, they actually go to the extent to find solution with wigs and weave, but not with a natural hair. And as she said, 4C hair, it also depends on your routine. If you have a routine or solid, good routine, it will help you to handle your hair. Once you have your routine down packed, you can use that to take care of your own natural hair, and that will like reduce the amount of time you have to spend on your natural hair. As she said, she just did a wash and go. She didn't spend hours trying to perfect wash and go like the other ladies do. So for her, even though she doesn't have curls to her hair look good. Her hair is a perfect afro.
This is not the first time I've worn my hair natural. I normally wear it in twist out. Normally every 2 days, I spray it with water and put it in a bunch of little twists, so that the next morning I could take the twists out and my hair would be stretched. And it's so funny because I think my hair looks so much better when it's not stretched. I always thought in my mind that my hair looked better stretched because of course my hair looks better bigger and longer. That's what I was taught. My hair should be bigger and longer. And then I was like, maybe I'm just a pixie cut Ever thought about that? So pixie cuts are fine, but a little fro is not done. Every now and then I'll lay my edges down, but that's it. Easy. I've never felt so beautiful. I've never felt more me ever in my entire life. Look, wigs and weaves eat down. I'm not here to say that they don't eat down. Like, I understand. I'm just turning 30 in 2026 and October 10th. And I want to bring true self-love into my 30s. My hometown was super racist and colorist, so naturally I internalized a ton of the messaging that this is ordinary and long hair is tea and eats. And now I'm here to say that this eats. I can't believe I was sleeping on my natural-headed self for so many years. I'm 29, and this is my first time wearing a wash and go for multiple weeks. But don't feel bad for me because I'm a baddie. I'm too pretty for your pity. Nappy bitch up.
We need to learn to love our hair in all stages. We don't need to constantly spend time trying to make our hair long, by using heating tools that might damage our hair. And for her, she's finally realizing that she doesn't need to constantly stretch her hair. She can wear her hair in its natural state without taking the time to stretch it. And also the mindset that is embedded within us. Sometimes the environment that we grow up in kind of brainwash us to believe that 4C hair, natural hair in its natural state is not better. That having long straight hair is better than having short 4C hair or having kinky hair like 4C hair, because 4C hair is pretty kinky. So when a lot of people see your hair out like that, they feel like your hair is unkept. So she's right. The environment that you grew up in kind of shape your mind on whether you're going to appreciate your hair in a positive way or if you're going to be negative about your own natural hair. I love her confidence. I love that she's finally waking up to the truth that she can do both. I'm not saying you shouldn't wear wigs. What I'm saying is that women should be confident in wearing their own natural hair as they do wearing wigs and weave and braids. And I feel like embracing your natural hair more is more beneficial to your self-esteem, your wallet, and your self-confidence, as this lady has said. So yeah, guys, all these ladies spoke the truth. They all highlight important elements in this whole conversation surrounding natural hair. One, the self-esteem issue and trying to hide our natural hair on wigs. Also the cost, how the beauty industry prey on black women and extract money out of us. And we are waiting victims because we are waiting to spend our money, our hard-earned money, just to get those artificial things to make all those beautiful, like the wigs and the weave and the braids. Even though we have our own natural hair that is beautiful, that we can learn to take care of and love like the way we love wigs, but we don't do that. And sometimes also the reason why we may not appreciate and love our own natural hair is because of where we grew up. Some people we are around and some environment we grew up in brainwash us to believe that our natural hair is not the tea, as they lady said. So yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What did you guys think about what these ladies said? If you have any opinions about this issue, leave your thoughts in the comment section. Also, if you like this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next one. Bye.